So it's a cold morning and we're gonna start with a little engine preheat today. I think we're below 20 degrees Fahrenheit is last time I checked. It feels like it's getting a little warmer now, but it's definitely below freezing. We're gonna go fly some multi-engine today. So Matt's gonna give me my first lesson. We're gonna do some engine startup work, and I think we're gonna do just a quick lap, just the basics, but it should be a really inspiring morning to learn something new and continue training. I always decided I didn't want to do multi-engine because at the end of the day, 2 engines means you have twice as many parts to break, etc. But we're gonna go for it. So I'm excited for the fun day, and gonna be great to hang out with Matt. All right, we are out here at Rocky Mountain Metro. I'm here with my friend and flight instructor, Matt Beyer. We are ready to hop in the Piper Seminole and gonna do a first multi-engine lesson for me today. Matt, give us the rundown. What's that gonna mean for us?
Awesome, looking forward to today. Like you said, we're in a Piper Seminole today, a wonderful multi-engine training aircraft. For transitioning to multi-engine, there's a lot of normal stuff, maneuvers, stalls, slow flight, emergency descent, takeoffs and landings. The biggest area is operation with one engine, single engine operations as we call it. So today we're gonna jump ahead and do some of the fun stuff and mess around with single engine operations up at altitude. We'll turn an engine off, we'll feather it, we'll get the least drag, we'll turn it back on, and we'll jump ahead to some of the fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, this sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm used to flying a Piper Arrow. This is literally a Piper Arrow with 2 engines, so I think it should be the same. We'll see how it goes. Let's get in the sky. All right, check.
Metro ground 1132 Whiskey, run up complete.
I got you.
I got you as well.
Yeah, notice it's hard to tell which engine is at what RPM.
Yeah.
Right? The sound is just so diluted with engine sound everywhere. So kind of getting that grip to know where each throttle position is and correlate to the tachometer. One of those many aspects of transitioning.
Yeah.
Metro ground, Seminole 442 Mike Kilo coming up on Romeo 4 with information hotel. Ready for taxi, run up required, Home Depot departure.
Seminole 442 Mike Kilo, Metro ground, runway 30 right, taxi via Romeo 4 Alpha.
30 right, Romeo 4 Alpha, 442 Mike Kilo. All right, you are clear on the right.
Okay.
Here's Romeo 4.
And we'll go Alpha to 30 right.
Perfect. So 2 big concepts we talk about literally on every flight in a multi-engine. Number 1 is we'll define critical engine. That's something we'll use in future concepts. So critical engine is, in a multi-engine airplane, the engine that when suddenly made inoperative has the worst impact on performance and handling. So for example, failing either engine or either engine that fails, it's definitely going to impact performance and handling. But which one impacts it more? If we fail the left, does it have more adverse effects on performance and handling? For this Piper Seminole, the right engine has a counter-rotating engine. It actually goes in the opposite direction than we're used to. That means that this airplane does not have a critical engine. Each one has the same impact to performance and handling. Okay, we'll always talk about that on the ground before we fly. That goes into the next main topic that we talk about every time, is what we call VMC. So VMC is the minimum controllable airspeed. It's defined as the slowest speed at which directional control can be maintained when the critical engine is suddenly made inoperative. and then a bunch of factors.
Holding short, runway 30 right.
So, for this airplane and any airplane, it's placarded on the airspeed indicator with a red line. This airplane, it's 56 knots. What that means is, above 56 knots, under most all conditions, you will be able to maintain directional control when one of the engines is made inoperative. So directional control means I can fly straight, able to maneuver and maintain straight. Doesn't mean you can hold altitude, it doesn't mean you can fly wings level, it doesn't mean anything more than you can maintain directional control. And that's critical, right? The ability to maintain directional control so we do not have excessive yaw and roll. So 56 knots, the red line, is super critical. We'll never go below that in any of our practicing or maneuvering. Obviously on the takeoff roll, we'll be below it until we get above it. So we'll always review VMC, the minimum speed at which directional control can be maintained when the critical engine is made suddenly inoperative. And for this airplane, like we just talked about, there is no critical engine, so it's either one. And so in some of our maneuvers that we'll do, as part of training, we'll be keeping mindful eye on the airspeed, and we'll do some things to limit our rudder deflection so we never get close to 56 during training. Okay, let's do our run-up. Okay, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
I will resecure my door.
Okay.
As you know, in Pipers, if a door pops open, just fly the airplane.
100%. My door comes open all the time in my Piper, so I'm really well trained at that. Ooh, should we get out of here before this King Air gets here?
November 45 Zulu, King Air joining Alpha at Romeo 1. Well, 449 kilometers, tower, proceed down deeper, 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 30 right, direct Home Depot, 442 Mike Kilo.
All right, on to center line. Oops.
There's 75 knots and
Just to the floor. Okay. Throttle to full. Airspeed's alive. We're at 65, 70, 75. Ooh.
Yeah, the Seminole with the T-tail has a tendency to launch off the ground.
No doubt. Go ahead and raise the gear. I'm comfortable with that if you are.
I am.
Okay.
I will start the heater in just a moment.
Sounds good. I'm going to pitch here for 88.
Metro Tower, I'll call
Really good performance today.
Time.
Oh, it's amazing. The sight picture is so different from the aero. It's crazy.
So I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do just so you can observe it.
Okay.
Right. Let's say we lost an engine, so I'm gonna take the left engine to idle, so you can feel the effects and feel the amount of yaw.
Oh yeah.
Right. So bank into the operating engine. Start pitching for 88 knots.
Okay. And so then I would come up on this then.
Yep. Lots of up. Use trim as needed. Right. Trim is your friend. Make your workload easier. All right, see how much rudder it takes to put the ball halfway towards the operating engine. Kind of get a feel for what that takes. A little more right rudder.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
So here you're able to maintain directional control. Felt the effects of losing an engine.
Yeah,
and
you feel the plane settle in.
Yep, and so during training, it's pretty controlled, right? I've taken the power to idle, it's clearly failed. In the real world, some of that engine failure might be partial, and so it can be misleading with sputtering or surging, and so you've got yaw going over, so it makes it a little more challenging.
Sure.
88 knots, slight bank into the operating engine, 2 to 5 degrees, ball is perfect. And so now that you're as configured as clean as possible, the gear is up, the flaps are up, let's just take a note. That's your VSI at about 200 foot a minute down.
Yep.
That's the performance in a Seminole single engine at our density altitude.
Okay.
So it is not a foolproof, oh great, let's continue our flight for, to complete our mission. It basically says, great, let's get on the ground.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to give you your engine back and let's resume normal flight.
Okay.
Go a little bit more to the north. And I'm going to go partial power just to let the heat come up gracefully.
Makes sense.
So as part of multi-engine training is continuous awareness for a feeling of change in yaw. Right, that's going to be your first feedback as to a failed engine. You notice when we did that, it's not that the engine went quiet and we heard a significant, in a single engine, by sound alone, I can tell you we have an issue. So sound doesn't work.
Sure.
We can look down at our RPM and see, but we also may not be able to rely on that because the propeller's still windmilling. So that may not be crystal clear, but yes, it will have feedback.
Sure.
So it really is that, and you felt how much rudder you needed, and you could feel your other leg was useless, and we'll use that in a few minutes.
Okay.
As part of our identification. Okay, we're warmed back up. I'll give you both engines. All right, Jamie, like we did on our ground school, talking about sudden loss of an engine, we'll review those blocks, and then we'll walk through them a few times. Block number 1 is fly the airplane. Pitch for 88 knots. We know we're going to need nose up. You can use lots of trim. Slight bank into the operating engine, which is really kind of natural. You saw it started to roll to the left, so your natural instinct is to roll into this, which happens to be the operating engine. So pitch for 88 knots. Slight bank into the operating engine. Enough rudder to put the ball halfway towards the operating engine. Continue that flight. Block number 2 is, let's do the first set of things to reduce the drag and maybe solve the problem. Mixture's full, propeller's full, power both full. Verify the gear is up, verify the flaps are up. That's the next block. These are all on the checklist, however, these are things we'll get into our memory, and we'll just do them, and then we can use the checklist to review if we've missed anything. Okay, third block is, let's figure out which engine has failed. So you would already be having your appropriate rudder in, and one leg would be useless. So we'll call that your dead leg. That is your suspected dead engine. So if it's the left that's dead, we will verify. So now we switch to very single engine operations, very careful on our controls. So I would use the left throttle, and I would modulate the throttle. If I have no change in yaw, I have verified that is the dead engine. So then we will always be mindful of the left engine has failed, and we'll do operations on the left engine only. Okay, now the next block. If we have altitude permitting to troubleshoot, we will try to get that engine restarted. From the left, right, center, and back is kind of a nice flow. Whatever flow people like to do, just make sure you capture all the items. So starting from left to right, verify both mags are on, verify the fuel pump is on, verify the master switch is on, so the fuel pump works. Coming across, propeller, throttles forward, props forward, mixtures forward, carb heat as required, verify the primer's in and locked. Coming back to our fuel selector, make sure it is set to on. If we've lost fuel on that engine, if we've starved that engine of fuel, then we can cross feed, take fuel from the other side. Okay, so we've done our best to restart the engine, no luck. Now, we're still headed to the nearest airport for a safe landing, but we want to reduce the drag even further. We already verified the gear is up and the flaps are up. So one of the nice things in a twin engine plane is the ability to feather the propeller. Right now it's windmilling, and that actually creates a lot of drag. So we'll feather the propeller, so we'll get the blades in line with the airflow, and it is a significant reduction of drag. So to feather that, again, single engine operations, we would take the left power to idle, the left propeller to feather, the left mixture to idle cutoff. The reason why we want the engine to idle cutoff is maybe it's sputtering or it's surging. We want to count it as inoperative, so we do want to shut the engine down.
You're good. Sorry, I'm just going to bug a heading here.
And then we can secure the engine. We can do magnetos off on the left engine one at a time. We can turn the left engine fuel pump off, right, in case we're shutting it off because of a fire. There's no reason to be having the fuel pump on. And it also takes away electrical load. And we can do the left alternator off. It's useless, draws power, so left alternator off. And that would be to secure the engine. And that will give us our least drag configuration. We'll continue to fly at 88 knots, and we'll go in for a safe landing. So that's what we've talked about on the ground. We've talked about it every flight. Today we'll do a few more experiments. We'll just keep walking through to get this into your automatic action. And then we can always review the checklist. Airspeed 88 knots, bank, rudder, mixture, prop, throttle. We'll just walk through it. So a little bit different than single engine. I know this is your first flight and we're jumping ahead to more complex training, but that's also having fun on a great day.
Sure.
You're pilot, you are in charge. You are the sole manipulator of the controls, you're pilot in command. So if you feel something you don't like, just walk through it.
Address it, okay.
Right, because as an instructor, we're going to walk over here and do this all the time.
Okay.
Walk me through what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm going to, right away, I'm going to lean into it. I'm going to use rudder to counteract it. I'm going to pitch for 88 knots. And that's going to be my block one, is just to get the plane stabilized.
Looking good. And use trim to make your life easy, because you're going to need nose up.
Yep, okay.
Because you're going to be busy with other tasks. It'd be nice for the trim to...
And I can feel it, so I'm really putting some left rudder into this. So that tells me that my right leg is dead, so my right engine is out, is what I'm believing here.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, you're flying great. Let's move to block two.
Okay, so block two would be to go mixture full forward.
Okay. We won't do that, but we'll simulate.
Okay, and prop full forward to simulate.
Do them for both.
And I'm going.
So let's do the props.
Okay, so prop full forward.
Yep, both of them.
Okay, can feel that pickup right there.
All right, so we just got a little extra power.
Yep. Okay, that definitely feels a lot better.
Okay.
I'm just trying to check my controls here and make sure I'm on speed, which I am, and actually on pretty good for my. So they got that. So I got that there. My gear.
We verified that's full.
Yep.
Perfect.
Full.
And we'll simulate the other one.
Gear is up and flaps are up.
Awesome. That block is complete.
Okay.
So you've done your identify and verify. You said your right leg is dead.
Yep. So then here I would run this up.
Which is this?
My right throttle.
Awesome.
Sorry, right throttle. I'm going to run all the way up and run it back. And in doing so, I'm not feeling any difference. So that tells me that the right engine is dead because I'm not feeling any pickup on it.
Awesome.
Okay.
So we've got altitude permitting. Let's troubleshoot.
Okay, so if we were going to troubleshoot, so then I'd mess with my mags, mess with the right mags here. That's good. My right fuel pump I would turn on.
Okay.
From there...
we want to make sure the master is on so the fuel pump works.
Oh, yep, master is on. Okay, so we're good there. So master on, fuel pump on, my mags are checked. From there I would move over. So we've already tried these, but try them again.
Okay.
Maybe mess with the mag here to see if I could get it restarted.
Well, it should be windmilling.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right? If it's not windmilling, it's probably seized.
Okay.
So that would short circuit your checklist. But
okay,
that's a good point.
So fair enough. So no there. Carb heat, I'm leaving that off, right? Because that steals power if it's on.
Well, you could try it.
Okay.
Right? If you feel it's required, maybe the engine is having issues because of carburetor ice. So you would certainly try it.
Okay.
Right? And then you would verify your primer is in and locked.
Okay, so primers are in and locked.
Right, and then one more.
My fuel.
Make sure your selector is on.
So my selectors are on. Okay, so that's, I've done the best I can do there, so then I would feather it from here. So I would pull my right throttle very carefully back, gingerly with my fingers here, and pull that. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't wander over into NOCO airspace. I'm clear of that though, right?
We are very north of it, yes.
Okay, so my bad. So anyways, then I'm going to pull my throttle gingerly back here, and then I would take and pull my right prop all the way back as well, right?
Great, keep going.
Okay, and then pull my mixture all the way back into right, and then I would turn my alternator for the right Engine off, so it's not taking any power there.
And you can turn your right fuel pump off so that we're not putting fuel into a useless engine.
Off, okay.
So then at this point, since you've feathered it, I will show you a simulation of feathered. So you've reduced the drag, and so I'm now simulating.
So you're giving me a little back to...
I gave you a little power in the dead engine, is what we do as instructors to simulate the reduction in drag as if you had feathered it.
Got it.
Since we're just simulating at this point.
So it's a little less bank required with that there.
Yeah, and notice we're actually able to climb 100 feet a minute.
Sure.
So good performance today. But we can't rely on it.
Right.
So one thing with light twin aircraft is they are not required to have a climb capability.
Okay.
So if you look in the POH, you won't find, hey, on single engine, you should expect this. They're not required to have that.
Okay. And then right now, because my performance is exceeding 88 knots, I realized I was climbing, so I'm just leveling off and proceeding.
Yeah, you've characterized what performance you have to work with, and so you're now using that energy how you want, whether it's to go faster to get there or to do a turn. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to give you your engine back.
Okay.
And I'm going to go partial power just to let it warm up. I'll put your propellers back to 24 where you had them earlier. Actually feels synchronized.
Yeah, feels pretty good. Looks synchronized too.
Of course, it looks easy when I do it. I just guessed.
Got the magic touch, man. Okay.
Yeah, we're moving along pretty good here, almost to Wyoming.
Yeah, we are clipping here.
You having fun?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Awesome. It's cool. It's fun. It's out of the element to learn something new. Get used to flying the Aero so much. So
I'm advancing the power. La 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 la. Nothing bad happening. La 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 la.
Okay, so I'm leaning to the right.
Something happened.
Leaning to the right, using some right rudder. I'm pitching up to 88 knots. I can feel right leg working, so my left one must be dead. So I've kind of got the plane settled here. Just gonna get up a little bit more pitch up for that 88 knots. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is move to block 2. I'm gonna assess here, so I'm gonna put mixture simulated full forward. I'm gonna do my props actually full forward. And then I'm going to take my throttles and I'm going to double check that they're full up, which they both are. So I'm good there. My gear is up and my flaps are up. So I've got my drag minimized. I'm on the blue line and I'm leaning into it with a little more right rudder here.
Love it.
So I'm in block 2. Now I'm going to go to block 3. I'm actually got a little bit of time. I'm going to see if I can get this started again. So I'm going to mess with the magneto here. So I'm going to push on my left magneto, not getting anything there. I'm going to turn on my left fuel pump. I'm going to turn on verify my alternator is on, which is good there. So everything is feeling good there. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to try my left throttle again, just to try. I'm not getting anything. Everything's good there. And then I'm going to verify, oh yeah, my carb heat. My carb heat is off and my primers are both locked. And then I'm going to go ahead and double check and my fuel is on. So I'm good there. Next one is I'm going to go ahead and feather. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my left throttle all the way back very carefully. And then I'm going to take my left prop and pull my left prop all the way back. And then my left mixture and pull that all the way back.
Great. And at this point, the engine will stop. The propeller will be in line with the airflow. We'll get our least amount of drag. So since you've done that simulated, I will give you a little bit of power to simulate that feather. We'll see, we'll get a little extra performance.
Watching my 88 knots, a little right bank, and enough right rudder to keep that in the middle.
And the VSI is
pretty close to level. I've got a little bit more to give in the up so I can maintain level altitude here.
All right, so it looks like we're going to be able to have performance to hold altitude, at least for now.
Yes.
But we still treat this as an emergency. We're drifting down, and so we will be heading
To the airport.
Maneuvering towards our nearest suitable landing spot.
Nice.
Nice job. I'm going to give you power back. So what we'll do now is we'll actually do a single engine shutdown restart.
Okay.
And we will do this to be within glide of an airport, so we'll use NOCO.
Okay.
Kind of point towards NOCO. Just for fun, I'll give us a little bit of a line. We'll get to a nice altitude so that we have time to go through the maneuver, because as you know, as we get to the point of feathering, we will have drag and we will be descending.
Right.
We want to be as expeditious as possible, and we'll only keep it shut down for a brief time.
Okay.
All right, we're coming up at 10,500.
Okay. Feel that yaw, leaning into the right, adding some right rudder. I'm adding right rudder, which tells me my left leg is dead. It's probably my left engine. I'm pitching up for 88 knots. Okay, so got 88 knots there. So the plane is in a control position here. So I'm going to double check block 2. So I'm going to go simulated mixture full forward, prop actual forward on both, throttle full forward on both. From there, I'm going to reduce my drag. I'm going to make sure my gear is up and my flaps are up. So I've got the plane in controlled flight here. Minimize drag. Let's go ahead and start to troubleshoot a little bit. So with left engine out, I'm looking at my left mags. They're both on. My left fuel pump is on. Master switch is on. So that looks good. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to try both throttles back up, full throttle. Nothing's happening here. I'm going to try my carb heat. That's off. My primers are locked, and I'm going to go down here, and my fuel is both selectors are on.
Excellent.
Now we should go and feather.
Yeah, so I'll demonstrate the feather.
Sounds good.
Left engine, you've already identified your dead leg is the left. You verified by cycling the power, no change in yaw. So left engine to idle, left propeller, feather, left mixture, idle cutoff.
Wow, that's a weird feeling.
All right, 88 knots, fly the airplane.
Say 88 knots.
Let's
so
see what performance we get.
Pull up just a little bit here to try to maintain level flight first.
So the feathered propeller should be the least drag, and this is very close to when we simulated it.
Yeah.
Right? All right, let's do an engine restart. We could secure it if we wanted to, right? We would do mags off one at a time.
Okay.
Fuel pump off. We could do the left alternator off just to make it as clean as possible. Still flying the airplane, looking great. All right, let's bring this back to running. Mixture full rich, propeller full, throttle. I'm gonna cycle it 3 times. Crack the throttle, left engine. Engine is running, listen for the whoosh. Right about there.
Okay.
Oil pressure built up and took the propeller out of feather. I'm going to bring up the power just a little bit so it warms up smoothly. Do fuel pump off. It is off. Awesome.
Cool.
Nice job.
That was cool.
Awesome. Nice work.
Thank you. I like that. That was fun.
I mean, it wasn't fun. That was educational.
It was very educational.
I was pretty stressed. There was no fun in that whatsoever. And we were always within a safe glide of NOCO Airport. So as you know, compared to your Aero, this is a lot heavier. And we'll have both engines. We won't be doing any single engine landings today. As you're on short final at 80 knots, we'll do 100 on downwind, 90. Stay above 80.
Okay.
80 is your floor, your lowest for final. And as you get into that round out and flare, just like you normally fly, slow reduction to idle, right? We won't be chopping the engines or chopping the power like you see people do on 152s. And
yeah.
so smooth reduction to idle. Just like your arrow, slight nose up and let it settle onto the main wheels.
Okay.
For the Turler runway 6001.
I know that's your beacon for home, but don't go there.
Runway 30.
It's hard. I mean, I just feel it. It's calling.
Tower Seminole 442 Mike Kilo, 10 to the north over 287, India inbound, full stop.
Seminole 442 Mike Kilometer Tower, ident and enter the right downwind, runway 30 right.
Ident, enter right downwind 30 right, 442 Mike Kilo. We got traffic in a couple miles, 100 feet above. To our right, I've got him in sight.
Okay.
Seminole 442 Mike Kilo, traffic 11 o'clock and 2 miles southbound outside the airspace, 6,400, indicated type unknown. Turn base to follow a Cessna on a 1 mile final, runway 30 right, clear to land.
Cleared land 30 right, we'll follow the Cessna, 11 o'clock, traffic in sight, 442 Mike Kilo. Slowly reducing the power.
Okay, pulling the power back.
Yeah, slowly to idle and hold that nose off. And forward idle. Hold it here. Think. Nice job.
Thank you.
This is 02 Kilo, turn
We'll
base,
roll
you're
up
following a
to
Cessna on a 1 mile
Alpha 4,
final,
the high
runway
speed.
30 left.
We don't need
clear
to try
touch
to make this one.
Okay, go to the next one.
Yep.
Touch and go 30 left, we have that traffic in sight, Kilo Kilo.
Seminole 2 Mike Kilo, turn right at Alpha 4, time to ground point 7.
Right on Alpha 4, ground point 7, 2 Mike Kilo.